Hi, this is Fedor Kovalevsky of the Tunisian extreme progressive metal band VIELIKAN, and you are listening to the Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Fedor, thank you very much for taking time out for this interview, and welcome to the Metal Bloodshed with the Vampire on Metal Messiah Radio International.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
It's my pleasure to have you here. Born on September 20th, 1987 in Tunisia, you, Fedor, a Tunisian, Ukrainian, a multi-instrumentalist, started to build your skill when you was only 11 years of age. How come you decided to become a multi-instrumentalist, and how hard or easy was it for you to develop your skills?
This is not an easy question because I must recall myself. Today I'm doing things like automatically. When I must recall how I started, the thing that pushed me to learn many instruments, I must say, is because I didn't have a choice. When I first gathered my band in 2002, I had difficulties with musicians. But I wanted to pursue music, and I wanted to record my first demo. The first demo I recorded, it was in 2006, and I recorded it alone. So I was forced to learn the drums, to learn the bass, to learn the guitar, to learn everything that could make me record this first demo. And I think that this work made me understand a lot of things in the music. This was like, I don't know, when you graduate yourself in school, that was my graduation in music, basically. I remember when I skipped school when I was a kid to go to the cultural center in Tunisia, one of the cultural center. I skipped school to play drums, to understand the mechanics.
One thing, your father is Tunisian, or your father is Ukrainian, or your mother is Ukrainian?
Yeah, so my father is Tunisian, and my late mother is Ukrainian.
Okay, so you get a lot of support from your parents in order to start learning the music?
At first, I didn't have so much support. They thought that I was just fooling around. But when they saw that I was really into it, they started to support me a lot. I then did many things that helped me a lot. But yeah, this is how it started. But at first, I didn't have a lot of support, because that kid fooling around playing instrument, wanting to be a metalhead. And then when they saw how I was serious about it, they started to support me a lot. And I am very thankful for this.
Fedor, looking back, especially in Africa, with all the political and religion issues, how is the metal scene doing nowadays compared to the past?
Well, Tunisia is a kind of complicated state, especially now after the revolution, after the 2011 revolution, Arabic revolution, things went totally down. Before the revolution, the metal scene was very, very hard. It is actually, until now, it is hard to perform live and to have freedom in this kind of artistic expression. Now, the religion is always something that block people to, express themselves as artists. I'm not only talking about music. I'm talking about the films. I'm talking about the theater. I'm talking about every kind of artistic expression. And the heavy metal music is totally against religion. And in this kind of Islamic states, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing at all. When someone is seeing you, you have this stereotypical metalhead look. They see you as a devil worshipper. I'm fine with that, but when it creates conflicts, that become little a pain in the ass.
At least you don't get locked up.
Not at the moment, and I hope that it will not come.
No, let's hope no. Besides VIELIKAN, which is your main musical project, Fedor, you also worked with many other active projects. Are you still working with these projects, and who are them?
So there is Severe Agony, a death metal project, and there is Cartagena, a symphonic metal band which I joined as a guitarist. I also have a post-rock ambient project called Nova Soyuz. I released an album in 2016, and actually now I am working on the production for Siviragony, a death metal act which I produce and I work on the direction.
In 2016, you formed Omnination, which is considered to be the first fledged funeral doom death metal act in Africa. And you released Followers of Apocalypse independently on May 4th, 2018, a critically acclaimed album. I have listened to songs like Who Name is Wordless, Crossing the Frozen Wasteland, Followers of Apocalypse, and the whole album, and it makes you want some more. You want some more of this band. Fedor, you have 8+ minute songs, some even more. Tell us about this band and the debut album, and what were your inspiration for making this music, and will we be hearing from Omnination again?
The main inspiration for Omnination is quite simple. When I framed this project in 2016, I had many simple things and patterns to create this atmosphere. The first and the most important frame is the post-apocalyptic atmosphere. I was always, and I am actually now, really, I am a big fan of this kind of universe. The post-apocalyptic is something that speaks to me a lot because it's a dark atmosphere when when the world ends and everything must start over. Beside the post-apocalyptic atmosphere, the funeral doom music match perfectly with this kind of atmosphere. The post-rock and post-metal as well, but pipe organ is the thing that is always present. And by the way, the pipe organ is my favorite instrument, and this is the reason why the pipe organ is always present in Omnination, in every songs.
Very long songs, I must say.
Yes, the slow tempo and progressive structure made me write songs that, it definitely can't be just 5 minutes.
Besides the album you release here for this band, Omnination, are we going to hear again new releases from this band?
Yes, of course. I am now finishing the second album, and I plan to release the second album later this year. I already released a song from the new album. There is a special feature that has a special, not really special feature. In Omnination, the prayers and this monk atmosphere is always is the frame of this project. The prayer is something that I will work on a lot in this new album. And most of prayers I sing in Russian, and there are the Orthodox prayer, the original Orthodox prayers from the church. And this is something I work on.
Fedor, if you so, please can send me this first single of the new album so we can start promoting it.
Definitely, I will send you that. And as soon as I finish the second album, I will send you to your station. And I am quite sure you will like it, you will appreciate it. If you appreciated the first, you will definitely appreciate the second.
You already have an invitation for the interview for the Omnination second album. Do you already have a title?
Title for the second album, I already have it, and the single that I released in February is the eponymous title of the album. The title of the album is The New Golgotha Republic.
Considered to be the pioneer of the Tunisian extreme metal scene, VIELIKAN was founded by you, Fedor. The project started since 2002 through different names. That Awakening Ethereal Travel then concurrently took shape in 2007, focused on the first EP, EmotionalVoid. The band carried every local concert and festival such as the FMG. Of VIELIKAN, a continuation of your first band founded with Ralph Yerby, That Awakening. And for many, it's still difficult to describe the type of music of genre VIELIKAN represented. Could you explain, please?
VIELIKAN, I think that the perfect close description for the VIELIKAN music, if you see it from afar, it's a progressive blacknet death metal. There is many influences in this music. I'm really influenced by doom metal, post-rock, post-metal, and every kind of atmospheric music. The imprint of VIELIKAN is the Slavic folklore. I miss a lot the Russia and Ukraine. I think that, since I was 11, I didn't went to Ukraine. So I miss this place a lot, and this is maybe why I'm using so much the Slavic and Russian folklore in the music. It's something that speaks to me a lot.
If I must ask, what's the meaning of VIELIKAN and why this name chosen for a band?
Yeah, Veilikan means in Russian giant. And the day I wanted to start over this project, which was named Death Awakening and then Ethereal Travel, I wanted to make music that is really heavy and huge. And I was looking for a name that could impact this. And it came to me suddenly. I had this view, Veilikan, and I will call it Veilikan. And this is how I called this band.
please explain us how is the local festivals there, and especially the one we talked about, FMG?
The FMG doesn't exist anymore since the revolution. Since the revolution, a lot of metal scene in Tunisia went totally down. But hopefully, since last year, many things are coming back. Even local bands are working a lot. There is many organized and promoters that are working on new festivals, new shows. And the most spectacular thing in Tunisia is that today we have the first renowned and official Tunisian heavy metal label. And this is something that is huge in Tunisia. This is something that I could not even dream about. And these guys from the Dark Side Records, they are working on many bands and they are doing a really, really good job. You should take a look on the internet about Dark Side Record Tunisia. They're doing great stuff.
Please send me the link. We appreciate it.
I will.
Fedor, between 2009 and 2010, the debut album, A Trap Way for Wisdom, Elaboration, were established in the logical lineage of its first EP by taking the same atmosphere through the concept album ID. VIELIKAN released its first full length in December 2010. Could you please, in short words, describe A Trap Way for Wisdom, and was this album released with songs that has written for that awakening?
That was not. There are some melodies, some imprints coming from Death Awakening and even the project Ethereal Travel. The album is, I called it A Trapped Way for Wisdom because I have this obsession with emotions and the reason, and the relation that have emotion on the reason and the relation that have the reason on the emotion. So in this album, basically, I'm speaking about this. I'm really influenced by Carl Jung, a philosopher, someone that you really don't want to mess. He has some really dark, you could say it's a pessimistic vision of life, but it is not pessimistic. It is reality. So yeah, this is the influence I have on the first album, the debut album, as well as the second. Now, the Back to the Black Marsh, everything is inspired from this guy, Carl Jung.
Okay. I still want to ask, there's no way, no other chance that awakening will be revived?
Now, VIELIKAN is the continuation of Death Awakening. So the thing that I have to do is to put on VIELIKAN site on Bandcamp the first release of Death Awakening and Ethereal Travel release. By the way, Ethereal Travel is also a song that is in the second album. So this is something that I will do in the next weeks. I will upload and will release this past EPs. The first EP, Death Awakening EP Questions, and the first and last EP from Ethereal Travel, which the name was Portals.
Okay, talking about EPs and singles, the band has released following singles and still no live. That was the full-length debut in 2010. And this was in 2011. Everlasting Smile in 2016. Voskresenie.
Voskresenie, yes.
Yeah, in 2017, and the one of many in 2017 with some singles in between, but 9 years since the last album, Fedor. Why so long a time to come back with a full-length album?
Yeah, many things that happened in this period of time. In 2013, I was working with my bandmates on the second album. It was completely another concept and another story. It wasn't Back to the Black Marsh. The name for this album was The Path for Our Savior's Blood. And this is something that I kept in my files, and maybe I will release it later. And then there was many things that happened in my life, and I could not focus properly on music. And you know, life in Tunisia might be very harsh, and there are some times that the only thing that you're thinking of is how to survive. But now I think I'm cool now. I'm cool and I can focus totally.
Fedor, why since it has took so long to release another album, and why have you not added all these singles that I just mentioned on the compilation even on this new album?
Actually, this is something I did on the Bandcamp edition. The new album has been released on every digital platform. But in the Bandcamp edition, they features as 3 bonus tracks in this edition. You know, I didn't put the single out. I thought that could be great if I put all the singles in the new album. So yeah, they features in the new album.
So people who wants them have to buy like a special edition package or CD?
So it's on Bandcamp. The people just have to download the digital album on Bandcamp because the bonus tracks are available only on Bandcamp and not on Amazon or
No,
iTunes or
okay,
this.
but what I mean, if you want them on the CD shelf.
The physical edition is not yet released, and I plan to release it later this year. I can't tell now a release date. The album is now only available on digital platforms.
Again, my question, are these earlier singles appear on the CD?
No, not on CDs, no, unfortunately.
There's always a chance that you will come up with another EP or some kind of compilation with them on?
I don't think that I will do a compilation. Maybe this is an idea, but right now I'm really focused on the physical edition of the new album. I put all the singles on the physical edition, and I really don't know how I will put everything together, but I'm still thinking about it.
Okay, thank you. Back to the Black Marsh was released on March 22nd, 2019, independently. The new VIELIKAN album, Back to the Black Marsh, and the first event song, God's Love Live, inspired these impressions. Over its 9-minute duration, the song ranged far and wide. It's tumultuous and bursting with the sound of agony, almost overpowered in the intensity of its bleak, mind-splintering grandeur. The vocals are themselves staggeringly impassioned. It's also searing and strange, with waves of twisting and swirling and soaring melody cascading over maniacally driven bass and drums rhythms. The album is dedicated in loving memory of Ludmila Kovalevskaya.
Yes.
Fedor, would you go over the album tracks and why you dedicated this album to Ludmila Kovalevskaya?
This is a concept album. Every song is linked between it. This might be funny, but I am really inspired by things that are linked together. And in this album, the first song is not linked only with the next one, but you can take Ethereal Travel. It is linked with all song that contains the album. It is not just the opening song and then you have the second and the third. No, every song are linked together. The album is dedicated to my mother, passed away 3 years ago, and that was something that I didn't expect. That was a shock for me. And yeah, the whole album, it is speaking about the Black Marsh. The Black Marsh is a metaphor, could say. It's a metaphor of depression, how you must confront your own shadow and every particle, every dark particle of your own self to pursue your life. And this is how a man has to take responsibilities for and put his shit together. I think that the most important thing for a man is that to stand up at every difficulties, and any difficulties is a blessing for someone because you can overpower yourself with every challenge you have in this life. This is basically what I'm trying to express in this album. I learned a huge amount of knowledge about my own shadow, and I realized that I have to, like I say in basically every song, we must embrace the darkness. We must admit our resentment, our malevolence. We are full of snakes as human beings. We all are full of snakes, and we must realize how evil we are to embrace the virtue that is hidden inside ourselves. And this is something that I learned with the music and with the loss of my mother. This is something that I am very grateful from life because the spiral of depression and this kind of stuff. But once you are out of this, you have your whole perception is your eyes are open on the world. That's basically the theme of the album.
Fedor, I'm very sorry to hear that Ludmila passed away and that
you don't have to. No, you don't have to. It's life. We must go on. This is a good thing. This is how you empower yourself. There is a very smart guy once he told that if you want to be someone who your community can rely on you, is to be the one who stands at your father's or your mother's funerals. This is how your community can rely on you. And if everyone stands, then I think that we will live in a better world. Because we must admit it, we are completely fucked up in this world actually now. So we better stand for ourselves.
Especially for the loved ones when they are gone, they passed away. What we can see in order to encourage ourselves is to have always the nice memories about them.
Yes, absolutely. You have to honor the memories. This is the heritage. This is the legacy that your ancestors, a mother, a father, is just one generation, but there is a lot of generation. And this is how we, as human beings, we must honor our legacy, our culture. Yeah, so this is very important.
As I said before, Back to the Black Marsh was released on March 22nd. Yes, in this album, the Russian and overall Slavic folklore is constantly present. Melancholic melodies associated with the renowned Eastern Gypsy Falls rhythms as a main song identify depressing the rageful extreme metal aspect of Veilikan. On previously releases, and including this new one, the Russian and the overall Slavic folklore is constantly presented with the melodic melodies associated with the renowned Eastern Gypsy false rhythmics can be heard. Is this going to be the case for future releases as well, Fedor?
Yes, this is how I started to work on VIELIKAN. Like I explained about Omination, I had frames to work on art direction. When I worked on the art direction for VIELIKAN, I knew what I wanted to produce and to create. But at that time when I released the debut album, I wasn't really sure about how to master the songwriting with the Slavic folklore and the death metal with all this fusion. In the debut album, there is one song that respects fully this art direction, which is A Vertiginous Fall. And from this song, you can hear this Slavic folklore, and the new album Back to the Black Marsh is fully constructed around this. And for the future release, it will take shape even more than this album. I'm already writing the next album, and this will take even more place. Yes.
Talking about music and doing the production, from the beginning, you, Fedor, wrote all the instrument lines, recorded and produced the music. How long has all these work taken to be done, and how was the production gone?
The problem is that when you basically work on everything, you must sacrifice entertainment and social life. And this is something that is not very good for me, because I start to see how I becoming, socially awkward. I must train myself to come back to the social life. So yes, in the production, the songwriting, the writing all the instruments, this is something that take my whole time. And with the job I have, because I have a full-time job, I wake up in the morning, I think about music. In the office, I think about music. Every time I just think about how I will put this instrument with this song, with this, and this is something that take my whole energy. But this is not something that is consuming me. This is something that, in the contrary, it makes me feel alive. Some people, it may consume their energy, but this is something that if I leave it alone, I'll just die. I can't leave it on the side. This is impossible.
Yeah. Has the production been done at your own studio?
At my own studio, not real studio. This is just a few equipments that provide me to work and record and mix. But the vocals are recorded at my friend's place, because I can't record my voice at my home. No, I don't want to bring out the cops. So because the voice, the screaming and all that thing, people will just be scared about, and they will call the cops, and I will jail me out. So no, I prefer go to my friend's place, and this is cool.
Fedor, are you working on recruiting band members for live shows?
Absolutely, Jacobo. Yesterday I met the future guitarist for VIELIKAN. I already had some meetings with some drummers, some other guitarists, and I think in the few weeks the lineup will be formed. I keep this not official, but I am very positive about this, and this is something that will be very good.
So you don't want to give us the premiere?
At the moment, I'm not sure at all, but...
We'll be waiting patiently.
Thanks, Jacob.
I love the film video you did in 2016 for Everlasting Smile. The one you done in 2017 for Voskresenie. So far, the new album, you have done 2 lyrics video that has been released already for Ethereal Travel. And I Am the Black Ocean. Even though the album has already been released, can we still expect some new official video?
Absolutely. I'm preparing a music video. This is I can speak about because I already started the shooting. There will be 3 music video. At the moment, I am planning to release a music video for I Am the Black Ocean, a music video for the track Seeded Alteration of Consciousness, and another music video for the track Another Speech for Those Whose Faces Are Erased. So this will be 3 music videos that I plan to release in the few weeks that are coming.
Yes, talking about track number 6, the final confrontation with the soul harvester, the heart of the black man. What a great song. 33 minutes. Talk about this little bit. 33 minutes. And what I
like the title.
Yes, and what I could have, understood about this song, it's in parts, right?
Didn't took me a long time to write this song. This can make sound strange, but I wrote the song in, I don't know, maybe in 1 week. That was really fast. It was something that I didn't expect. The song I Am the Black Ocean took me like 1 year to have something consistent and final. But there are things that come in one shot, other things that take long time. But yeah, this is the most important track that symbolizes the whole universe about the album. Yeah, it is divided in 7 tracks, and there might be a short film using the sound outputs. I might work on a short film using this song. I'm not sure yet, but this is a project I absolutely want to realize. Absolutely. This is going to be something really great, but it will take time. You have to schedule everything because with a full-time job, you have to focus your mind, and this is not something easy at all, especially in Tunisia.
We will be waiting for the videos to come out, as you said. Can't wait to see these videos.
I'm already, on the Facebook page, on the Instagram, VIELIKAN Instagram, there are some little videos, some few seconds are presenting the atmosphere that is going to be released, yes.
Yeah, I saw those videos. Okay, VIELIKAN is a Tunisian, North African progressive extreme metal act founded in 2007. The music you produce a combination of death metal, black metal, and doom metal. Main influences, yes, as we already said, the Russian folklore. The overall extreme music is in the vein of bands like Opeth, Gojira,
absolutely,
Mordial, Deathspell, Omega, all these bands. Fedor, before we leave, please tell us what are the future plans for VIELIKAN, the rest of 2019, what you have planned.
The most important thing at the moment is to gather the musicians, and I'm really positive about this. And once the lineup is formed, I will promote the album and release the physical edition as a digipack. I'm not sure if I'm going to release it as a jewel case. I would like to release it as a digipack double disc. This is something that I planned for September, October. So yeah, this is the most important thing that I'm working on. The lineup, the music video, and the physical release for September, October.
So it's very important for people to understand that the album is out only digital.
Yes, it is. At the moment, it is only digital, yes.
So in September, we will expect it on physical. And what about some vinyls?
I think that I will start to release the digipack version with, some other merchandising like T-shirts and that kind of stuff. But the vinyl is really complicated for me in Tunisia to release it, and I must collaborate with someone that is outside of Tunisia, because here I don't have any opportunities to release as a vinyl. And this is something that is very difficult for me here.
My last question, since you have all these plans for the bands to have a live band, and to have all these type of merchandises and CDs out, do you plan to look for a record label?
If there is an opportunity, I will jump on it. But I won't wait for an opportunity. I will take the first opportunity I have. But if there is no label that is able to collaborate with VIELIKAN, I won't just stay here and wait for a record label to work with me, I have a plan and I focus on this direction. And if I found someone to collaborate, I will definitely do it.
Fedor, I want to thank you very much for taking time out for this interview and to make it possible. And I want to hand you over the microphone of Metal Messiah Radio for you to invite all your friends, all your fans to support the bands.
Absolutely.
To buy the digital release of this great new album, and to wait for the physical release in, more in the end of the year, and to buy the merchandises you guys have, and to support you, attend the shows that you will have in the future.
Thank you very much, Jacobo. Thank you for your invitation. That was a pleasure. And I hope that we'll drink a beer or two.
Sure. Why not? I need to come over to Tunisia sometimes.
That will be great. great. That will be very, very cool.
Are you coming to America?
Oh, if there is some opportunities for us to come and play, or even if there is not a show, I can take a look. That was, I didn't travel a lot, so I should move my ass a little bit.
You deserve to take either as a vacation, or it will be a very, very, very great if you can make it as a band, play live on a tour.
Yeah, that could be great. I hope so. I'm very positive.
I think with everything set and done, Fedor, I wish you all the best. All the best with the bands that you're working with. All the best with VIELIKAN, with the new members, and with this great new album, Back to the Black Marsh, okay?
Thanks a lot, Jacobo. Thank you very much for the invitation.
And like I always say, Matalon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.